Transforming into a superhero, your uniform. Now here is the biggest challenge. As I've said, it's so important to be unique and not follow the crowd. But at the same time, there are rules, and one of the most annoying rules is that you have to wear a uniform. Your uniform is really important, but one of the biggest things that can bother people in school is being told they have to wear one. I get it. It can be those stiff, starchy shirt collars, the tie. Why do I have to wear a tie, sir? Nobody's getting married. The blazer, the trousers, especially after you spent the entire summer holidays in joggers, shorts, jeans or a skirt. Some people wander into school as if they're wearing a Tin Man costume, bulky, uncomfortable and dreadfully annoyed that someone else, usually the head teacher, is telling them what they can wear. The regular complaint I hear about it is, "But miss, how does it affect my education?" The truth is it doesn't. A school uniform itself won't affect your education. Your black trousers definitely won't walk themselves into an exam at the end of the year and do a really good job. Your white shirt and bright yellow tie with a Latin motto and a picture of a creepy lion absolutely won't force your hand to pick up your pen to do the work. Or simultaneous equations in your last lesson on a Friday afternoon, when it's beautiful weather outside and your friends from the school down the road have a day off and are out on their bikes getting ice cream. Your black shoes certainly won't walk themselves down the corridor to your geography teacher's classroom to tell her that you've forgotten your homework and save you an awkward conversation where she tells you she's more disappointed than annoyed. So do we really have to wear it? Why do we have it? If Spider-Man's costume didn't protect him and help him shoot his web over villains, would he bother? If Black Widow didn't have the pistol holsters on her sides, what would be the point? Surely they'd both be better just wearing what they're comfortable in, and they could do without the latex and the leather. We all know that wouldn't be okay, don't we? If we think why, it's because Peter Parker becomes Spider-Man the second that costume goes on. While the person underneath technically stays the same, it's about the transformation from person at home to person at work. Now, unless you're masquerading as a 12-year-old, while actually being the CEO of a major international company, the likelihood is that your job for now is to be a student at school. The main reason you have to wear uniform is simply because it's the rules. And that might not seem like much of an answer, but there are actually really great reasons to wear a uniform. If you think about a police officer, a nurse or a fireman, they all have to put on a uniform when they go to work. It would be sort of odd if they wore their uniform all day long. And it means that when they wear their uniform, they are in work mode. When they're not, they're back to casual, normal life mode. Putting on a uniform every morning gets you in the zone and makes you part of a team. And in the same way, a school uniform makes you switch into school mode. You're part of a school which is bound together by certain things: rules, expectations, lessons, corridors, classrooms, and yep, you've guessed it, uniforms. Then once you're home again, you can relax and wear whatever you want. Everyone in a school is aiming for the same, and creating a sense of everyone being the same is important. It's sort of saying, out of school we might all be different, but between 9 AM and 4 PM we are all trying to do the same thing. Everyone is wearing the same badge. Everyone shares responsibility for each other and should feel that sense of responsibility. There are other reasons too. For people with huge walk-in wardrobes and 15 different clothing options for a mildly warm Wednesday in April, not having a uniform might be fine. They look great and have plenty of different things to wear the day after. They can, more than likely, look fabulous all the time. They won't spend the night before constantly waking up and worrying about what they're going to wear because they don't have much. Plenty of people don't have that luxury though. In fact, the huge majority of people don't have that luxury. What a uniform does is remove that worry. We're all wearing the same. There are no titters or laughs about the hole in that boy's shirt or the fact that she wore those jeans yesterday. While we're here, we're the same. It's the same with piercings, tattoos, and all the rest of that jazz. Whatever the rule is, follow it. No good comes from having a really painful nose piercing and then being told to take it out the following day. It sometimes ends up with home and school falling out, you being in the middle of it and then wishing you hadn't even bothered. What is definitely effective with stuff like piercings is your safety. Imagine rugby tackling someone, catching them just wrong and having nose stud tear half your cheek off. In fact, think of drama, dance, food lessons, science experiments and the horrible consequences a slip and a nose piercing could cause. Not nice and not worth it. Teachers try their best to help everyone become a person who is everything that makes them happy. And that starts with everyone getting the same chances from the start. Looking across a sea of angelic, terrified little faces at the start of the year with blazers the size of a wizard's cloak, it's clear everyone is at the same point. Having a really clear uniform creates uniform expectations. And that helps us to get you where we want you to go. So now that we've ditched the leather waistcoat and mustard coloured flares that were in Paris Fashion Week, let's get on and work together, shall we? Excuse me, can we straighten that tie, please?